everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the newest album from The Men, Mercy. So this is the newest full-length album from noise rock band The Men. Now, The Men are sort of like chameleons as of recently in the noise rock genre, and I've always really appreciated their ability to kind of try something new, experiment with their sound a little bit, and bring in a wider variety of influences, even though I haven't loved all of their records. If you're not familiar with The Men, I would suggest trying their 2012 album Open Your Heart to start with. Going into this new album, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, as recently they've been dabbling a little bit more in like classic rock with some country influences as well. And Mercy does remind me a lot of what they were doing on their last album Drift from 2018, but this time it's a lot more fleshed out, a lot more ambitious. The track Breeze on this album is pretty much the only one on here that does kind of call back to their little more off-the-wall noise rock kind of punky days, because those classic rock and country influences are coming through on this record a lot more potently now. I love the way that this record kicks off with the track Cold Water, even though it has this sort of climactic feel to it. It's this pretty solid bummer jam with these like twangy guitar inflections, and I really like Mark's vocal performance on this cut. It reminds me a little bit of like Alan Vega of Suicide, but mix that a little bit more with like Lou Reed or something. The sound and feel of this track is like perfectly portrayed in the cover art, and then we get this mammoth 10-minute long jam with the track Waiting in Dirty Water. There's more of this progressive like jam band vibe coming through on this track, and overall I do get a lot of hints of like the Doors and some of the synthesizers and like the overall presentation of the song. And there's a really catchy melody on this track that carries up the groove and surprisingly didn't really get stale for me. And the blistering guitars that come in about halfway through this track are really awesome and have this like really fiery, vibrant neon flair to them, and I really love how loud they are in the mix. We get this really intimate piano ballad about halfway through the track Fallen Through. Mark's vocal performance sells this track for me, and there's some pretty awesome lyrics that come through with some vivid imagery that really enhances this overall theme of longing for someone, like how he references black mountains caressing the purple sky with all their late evening riches. This cut kind of gets overshadowed a little bit though by the track Mercy. It's another intimate ballad that closes out this record, but there's more instrumentation added in, and what sounds like xylophones in the background that are like dripping add this like really cool melancholy atmosphere to it. The only track on this record that really didn't work that well in comparison to others for me was right in the middle with the song Children All Over the World. It is one of the noisier spots on this record, but I mean what didn't really work for me on this cut was those really cheesy like 80s synth chords that are layered in. I mean it sounds like we're in like Eye of the Tiger or some shit, but I mean overall I love this record, even though I do wish it was longer. I don't really hear The Men get talked about too much in music discussions, which is kind of a shame because they are a pretty solid band, and I actually think Mercy here is one of their better records in their discography. And with that being said, I'm feeling an 8 over here on Mercy. If you dug this record, I do suggest picking it up on a vinyl, and Sacred Bones does still have their limited purple splatter copy up for sale on their website, and when that sells out, there is a standard black edition, so I'm going to leave links down below if you guys want to grab that. And if you listen to this new record by The Men, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like down below, and if you want more content from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace.